Hey, what's up, Jason in Paradise? I'm just going to put this link up on Twitter, and we'll be ready to rock. All right, so here we go. All right, so how was everybody's weekend? How's everybody doing with all the craziness? All right. Yeah, I know, I'm just typing away here. Don't mind me. As we wait just a little bit to get back in to the groove here. I'm just putting in, what do you call it, Twitter, and then we're going to rock. And there we go. Oh, wait. There we go. Now we're good. But in any case, so we got quite a few things to talk about today. Hey, what's up, Elizabeth Hogan? What's up, Chris Carr? What's up, Alex? All right, so there's a lot of things that have been coming out, whether we like them or not. But there's a little light at the end of the tunnel, as we'd like to say, right? There's light, finally. Today, we're going to talk about Six Flags New England, potential of where they're going to open. I don't know. Nothing's official. We just got to take a look at the phased opening. So, let me see. Excuse me. What's this? Where is... I gotta find that graphic that I've been seeing all over the place. I know I saw it on Facebook. I just gotta figure out where the hell I seen it. There was a good, grab. Well, like a good. Where is it? I think it's one of my friends posted this, but let's see. Maybe not. I don't know. Nope. Oh wait. Let me go. Yeah, no, because I really would like to get it up on the screen because I do want to talk about, the potentials of where it falls, in line with, where the hell is that graphic? I seen it. I don't know where the hell I seen the graphic. There was a really good one. I don't remember where it is, but I just saw it too. I just saw it on my phone. Oh, here it is. All right, I got it. I just have to send it to myself real quick in an email, download it, and then I can get on the screen. Let's do this. Mass. Okay. Let's see if that works. But in any case, so Chris is talking about City Walk. That's another thing we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a local indoor water park place near here. We're also going to be talking about the Great Adventure Safari, what we can expect, when do you think it's going to happen. Also, Disney Springs is going to be opening. There's a lot that is happening. There's a lot of momentum going on. I mean, we don't know where we fall in any of it, but we're gonna have a little fun with it. I just need to. All right, cool. Save image, and then we'll talk about this. Mass phase opening. We'll talk about this. Get this out of the way because I know a lot of people wanna talk about it and whatever. So let's get this up on the screen. Oh, you can see. Not what I wanted, but it'll work. We're not really focusing on looking at me because we don't want to do that. Image. Come on. Everything's running. Well, I think it's probably delayed a year or two, probably. And Lindsay's talking about Epic Universe, but we'll get to that in a second. So this is, oops. All right, so this was focused on phase 2 and 3 reopening. So this is, the top is phase 2, the bottom is phase 3. All right, so you look at phase 2. It says no earlier than June 8th. Retail, restaurants, nail salons, day spas, lodging, day programs, dentists, elective procedures. So that's. Oh, and it says can open with guidelines, campgrounds, playgrounds, public and community pools. So wait, you're trying to public. I was thinking, I'm like, you're gonna tell me I can't have my pool open? Athletic fields and courts and youth sports limited. Then phase 3 is no earlier than June 29th. Bars, casinos, gyms, museums, and all other businesses except nightclubs. So basically everything but nightclubs can reopen by, no earlier than June 29th. So if that's the case, if that's the case, and we'll probably start hearing something soon, but it'll look around somewhere probably June, if this is correct and everything goes, probably around June 29th, July 1st, somewhere around there is probably a safe bet for Six Flags. This is for Massachusetts, by the way, in case nobody's really paying attention. Let me pull up my calendar here, like I should have been, and just look at a calendar around that date to see. So June 29th is a Monday, so you got the 30th, and then the 1st, 2nd, 3rd of July is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So potentially they could open on the 29th. If they have all the ducks in a row, they have all the safety measures in place, they have all that stuff. Hey, Fluffy the cat. Could reopen around that time. Not saying it is. I don't have the total inside scoop on that. I don't have that information. And I'm not going to pretend that I have that information. Because I know. What I am going to do is in the beginning of... so I think, Lindsay says June 29th is a Monday, July 4th is that Saturday. So somewhere in between that, if that is true, which it looks like it is, that's your potential of when they're going to open. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Somewhere around that, I mean, if they were smart, they would open the 29th and use that week to start practicing. Even if they just did even a small limited amount of people just to kind of get the employees rocking. And then... stuff like that. And then, because you're going to go from June 29th to July 4th in a blink of an eye. You're going to blink and it's gone. If they were smart, you could open that Monday and then, just limit capacity and then work on it. Again, I don't know. I am not, I don't work for the government. I don't work for the park. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So with that being said, that's probably about that. I don't know. Let's see. Let me look up. Excuse me. New York phased openings. All right. I hope it's not a video I gotta watch to get the information. Metric 2, decline. Oh, there's all these metrics. So I don't know. I'm looking real quick. Yeah, I don't know when the phases are going to be for, Great Escape to open. Because this is why they late. They don't have dates or anything. But, phase 1's manufacturing, construction, curbside pickup, etc. Phase 2, professional services, retail, real estate. Phase 3, restaurants, food services, etc. Phase 4, art, sports, and education. I would think Phase 4 would be parks, but don't have any high hopes for parks in New York this year. That Cuomo guy, Cuomo, he's a jackass. I mean, that would be good. I mean, it would be good because you know, I like Lindsay's thinking. Pass holder members Monday through Tuesday, just to kind of, and then the public July 1st, and then that would work. Here's the problem though, Alex, about SFNE go year round. They can't. And the only reason why just the weather just wouldn't go up. I mean, if you're looking at if you were guaranteed another winter like this, then oh hell yeah. But when normal winters, when we get snow and it's cold as hell, it would never work. It's always rough when they do holiday in the park when it's cold. So I don't see. Oh, let me get out of this. I don't see them doing it. I just don't. I know it sounds stupid. It's the weather. If we were like Jersey, maybe, Georgia could probably do it. You got to go more south. The climate up here sucks for it. It does. You unfortunately you can't. It's like when you go up, like I wouldn't honestly. I hate to say this. I think Great Escape and Lerone, just those two alone, probably are not going to reopen this year. Maybe Darien Lake doesn't even open this year. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for New York just because of how the governor's doing it. And I know that they're doing different areas. You know what I mean? Like different counties. Like New York City, you are not going to get Luna Park open at all this year. You can kiss that goodbye. It's too big of a hot spot. They're not going to let it happen. Not until they get further along in their phase. It's just not. Like I said, don't expect anything in the New York City area. Not even Adventureland there in Long Island. Don't. I mean, don't hold me to that. I don't know, Alex. No, I'm not saying that it won't open. I'm just saying expect the worst, hope for the best. Just because of how, but I mean, if they're in that, I mean, they're further north where there's not a lot of problems. But what they're trying to do is trying not to get the people from New York City to go up and keep spreading whatever. That's what the whole point of all the phases are. That they shouldn't be doing by county. If your state is in a mess, sorry, just it is what it is. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I wouldn't expect that to happen, but who knows? Well, Jersey's another one that... See, Jersey and New York are working really close together. They are. So we have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Michael Bennett. Hey, Jar, speaking of the Great Escape, was there any talk about their new ride after they had problems with the town people? They moved the ride. It's going to be over near, like near the end, like over by Screaming Demon. That's where it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's coming, not coming. Because construction's been halted. Same thing with Massachusetts. The weird thing is Rhode Island didn't stop a lot of the stuff that's been stopped everywhere else. We didn't stop real estate. We didn't, they're selling my grandfather's house. They they got deals already. People have been in and out of that house. So yeah, it's weird. The construction hasn't stopped. So I don't, it's weird. I don't get it. You see construction going on all over the place in the state. So I guess that's good. So again, I don't know if, well, I do know when I talked to a couple of people from Great Escape that, that they said they're working from home and that they were going to, they would let us know when they were going back, because we got an interview with them that's going to come up. But once they get back into the groove, they're going to do that. Matter of fact, I got to send the link to that guy. He wanted to see the one with Jen McGrath, but I'll show him the one with Lake Compounds, just so that way he can see that, And hey, what's up, Sean? What's up, Theme Park New England? There. So yeah, so I think with Six Flags New England, I think probably around that time they're gonna open. Again, don't hold me to it. I'm just throwing that out there based on the phase reopenings of Mass. Phase 3 probably. So don't. I am not going and saying it is 100% confirmed because it is not. Well, let's you know what? Let's take a trip on the wild side, guys. Let's take a trip on the wild side. I know you guys that from Florida don't give a rat's ass about Six Flags New England because either A, you're never going to come up here, or two, you don't care. And I get it. So let's see what park. I'm going on the Six Flags website. I just want to see. Yeah, they don't have a calendar up yet to make. So yeah, there's no announcement. What I do want to see is, because Lindsay sent me this before the show started. We've all been hearing about it. The first Six Flags park that will most likely open is probably going to be Frontier City. I think we all were like, yeah, that seems about right. Again, I don't know, but that just seems. And I'm going on the website right now just to check to see if they have anything up, because I have no idea when they're going to open up, and they might not have anything up yet. They probably don't even know, but I do have some. Yeah, they don't have anything on the calendar yet, so yeah. Let's see, calendar. Yeah, nothing. Nothing has been official yet of anything. I'm just trying to bring some positivity there. Yeah, what I hear. Yeah, what do you call it? Theme Park. I think based on the Phase 3, they're going to open that week before the July. That's kind of what I've been saying all along. Anything sooner would be stupid, and anything sooner they're not allowed to do. And it's, I don't know. Everything about all this is crazy. It drives me nuts. And I'm glad that Chris is here because he can give us more insight on City Walk, because we're going to get into that in a couple minutes. And then he can, when we get to that little spot, he can, what do you call it? He can dive into it. The last thing around this area that I wanted to talk about was I was there in February, but the Cape Cod Indoor Water Park in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. If you go to their website, it says, let me get rid of this. Where is it? Which one? Okay. Get rid of you. It does say, and I can book hotel, which is weird because I don't think they updated their website and they were opening and doing whatever they wanted, but it just says right here, if you go to Cape Codder Resort, CODDERRES, I'm just going to copy the link and put it in the chat. So if you guys want to check it out, by all means. All right, let's put this here. This is an indoor water park. I had fun. I made like a 4-minute video or whatever, just of some stuff around. If you wanted to check that out on this YouTube channel. But if you go to that, if you look at their website, it says Cape Cod Water Park and Pools remain temporarily closed and will reopen on May 18th. With recent restrictions on group size and recommendations for social distancing to prevent the spread of COVID-19, this is what we need to do for the safety of our employees and guests. They have a Hearth and Kettle dining. The dining room will be closed until May 18th. They're doing takeout for their restaurant. So take it with a grain of salt if you're going to go before making a reservation, because the prices are cheap. I checked that. I mean, keep in mind with a grain of salt. During the week is obviously way cheaper. Well, it's way cheaper than usual because of what's going on, and then the weekends are more money. So keep that. But like you can get, they got all kinds of rooms if you check it. They got outdoor pool view, indoor pool view. They got regular rooms, loft suites, family loft suites. But the thing is, they get a family suite that's normally $400, $279.30. So if I click that, I'm just gonna click it like I'm gonna book it. Oh, okay. Cabin fever reliever thing is what it's called. You could book now. What happens? Oh, but you gotta make the reservation by today if you want to do it. So your total with taxes and fees would be $325.41 to do that, but you have to do it by today to get that deal. It's a 30% off reservation, so if you want it, you have to do it by today. But call. Just call just in case that you want to do it. If not, they go back to normal. You know, you don't have the 30% off. And but I would call first, then you know you can go online and make the thing. But I would do that if you're looking for something to do, go do it. You know, if they're open and you can go in the water park, by all means. But you can book it at any time as long as you book it by today. So keep that in mind, but you have to do it today. Based off of their website. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind if you're looking for something to do. Yeah, the Florida theme parks don't seem to have dates in mind yet. I think they're... The way I look at it, I look at it like this, Chris. I think the theme parks... We talked about this last week. When Shanghai opened in downtown Disney area there, and then it was like what 2 months later, so it's probably gonna be around that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be somewhere around, as long as everything's on the up and up and they're doing everything. I feel about 2 months after that. You know, after you know City Walk open, after downtown Disney open, you know Disney Springs open, it's probably about that time frame. You know, because they got to get everybody back. We got to get everybody, you know what I mean? Because like I was talking to, you know, to put into effect, this isn't theme park related, but it's still business related of what they got to go through as well as other companies. I talked to the store manager at J Penney in Dothan, Alabama today, and they're reopening that store on Wednesday. And they were having lighting issues, so I was working with them for a while today to get their lights back on and all that, because it's just him. So what he said is he had he told me the number, I think it was like 200 and something employees furloughed, and he's been calling them back. He's like, I'm going to have such a limited staff to get people, you know, as people are coming back and getting hold of everybody, or if they have to rehire people or whatever they got to do. But they're going to be reopening. So the same thing's going to go to these parks. Though that they've been furloughed, an employee could have died from the virus or just died. An employee could have found another job and was like, screw this, I'm not going back, I'm not dealing with it. There could be people that are afraid and don't want to be around it, the virus, and they're just like, hey, I want my job, but I don't want to be anywhere near there. And that's fine too. But there's a lot of problems with getting the economy restarted as you're trying to get people in there. I mean, because what's happening, and the people that are afraid, keep this in mind. If you're elderly, underlying condition, and afraid, they're going to be taken care of, you know, in some form or fashion. They're not going to just throw you on the street. Well, they could. They might just be like, screw it. Because we all know that once the businesses reopen and you don't take your job back, you can lose it and lose your unemployment benefits in a lot of states. I don't know about all states, but a lot of states. So keep that in mind when you're going, they're open. Why did I lose my unemployment? You didn't want to go to work. So, Oh yeah, they're gonna have to do a big, huge rehiring across every park. That's why, like the smaller parks, like an example, Delgrasso's in Pennsylvania last week announced that they're not reopening for the season. For them to get it restarted and for a very little, they don't have winter events and stuff that would make it attractive to open. A place like Universal Disney, they can just reopen and they're open all year round when it's normal. Places like Six Flags, depending upon where you are, that doesn't have, or a Cedar Fair Park that doesn't have a Christmas event, might not have a Halloween event. They're just open till Labor Day. Those parks are not going to reopen. It's going to be the year without a bunch of water parks, regular little parks, ones that don't have something. The parks that have like a holiday in a park, or what is Cedar Fair called theirs? Winter something. Winterfest, I think it's called. But you get where I'm going. The Fright Fest, or the Hollow Weekends, or Mickey's Not So Scary, or Halloween Horror Nights. Places that got all that stuff, those are the ones that are going to open. Because shareholders are not going to be kind to these parks. Kennywood used to have a drop tower. They got rid of it and they put Black Widow in its spot. I believe that's where it was. So if you get what I'm saying with that is in the grand scheme of things, it's not just going to fire the engines up and it's just going to work. I made a list of all these new videos I'm going to be working on starting tomorrow, like crazy good videos, I think, just discussing topics. And I got a whole slate of videos to make. And that's what I'm just going to keep doing. I got a lot of stuff on my mind that's got to do with this. And I see a lot of stuff that everybody's talking about, things people are doing, people going after each other. I say this all the time to everybody. If you're afraid, or you have an underlying condition, or you're elderly and you don't want the virus, quarantine yourself until otherwise told. There's probably not going to be a good, Chris, that's another thing. Also, Disney put out a mandate that says if you come to Disney property, you do so at your own risk, and Disney is not responsible if you get sick. I'm putting up a sign in nobody, our place of business, we don't have customers like a store. Nobody ever comes in. It's just me, my dad, and whoever our employees are at the time, because a lot of people can't handle the lighting control travel business, so we have a lot of, if you can't, what do you call it? If you they're opening the doors because they got to save their businesses. A business has the right to post something about it's on you, and you're gonna see across the board. You are going to see that. You would be stupid not to. It takes the lawsuits away, unless somebody can totally prove beyond a reasonable doubt of negligence, gross negligence. It's so hard to prove that. You got to really prove it. Doesn't matter if you had 1,000 people show up and 2 weeks later they showed up positive. They won't be able to do a thing about it. And honestly, I think that's the way it should be. Because if not, every business that's open is going to shut down right now. Everybody will shut down. They want the risk taken out. I can understand if you had an employee that was mad at you, started coughing all over. Okay, that is gross negligence. If you get something like that, somebody purposely, okay. I think Falcon's Fury is the best drop tower that I've been on. I've been on quite a few, and I feel Falcon's Fury is definitely the best drop tower around. It's different. It's not the same. Don't get me wrong. I'll ride any drop tower. I don't care about that, but I'm saying if it's something different that does something that's To me, I think that's the best one around. Better than Zumanjaro, better than Lex Luthor, better than any of them SNS Towers, any of those other Intamin, whatever. Falcon's Fury, to me, in my opinion, is the best drop. Just because it's like you go up, and then you face plant, you come down, and then it comes up. It's different. And I like it. And I wish there were more of those built. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about it, but I personally think that Falcon's Fury is definitely beyond a reasonable doubt the best drop tower I've ever been on. And I've been on a lot. From King's Dominion, King's Island, Mystic Mine Drop is the... I never even heard of it. Where's that? Where is this Mystic Mine Drop that you speak of? Yeah, where is that? Yeah, Demon Drop. That's Intamin first gen drop tower, so to speak. We had one at a defunct park, Rocky Point. They used to be in Rhode Island. I think that one came from Six Flags Great America, I think. I think they had an accident with it. And then Rocky Point brought it over. Brought it over here. You can ride that one. I think isn't it Demon Drop still? At Dorney. That one that was at Cedar Point went to Dorney. What? No. What? Where is Haunted Mine Drop? I don't even know what park that's in. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg versus Six Flags, New England. Oh man, that's a tough one. You know why it's tough? If you look, I mean, overall theming and everything, Busch Gardens all day. That's like you know what I'm saying? I have a connection to Walt Disney in less than 6 degrees of separation. Me, late grandmother. Oh, that's cool. It's nice having a nice connection or something like that. Overall, Busch Gardens Williamsburg is the better park. Just overall, the beautification, the flowers, the decoration, the theming is obviously a lot better than Six Flags New England. Busch Gardens has a lot of awesome coasters, and Six Flags New England has some good coasters. The food's definitely better at Busch Gardens. I love going to Busch Gardens. So, I enjoy both parks. But Busch Gardens is obviously better than Six Flags. I mean, when you look at what Busch Gardens Williamsburg has, just without even Pantheon being built. You know, you got Loch Ness Monster. That's a classic, awesome coaster. A little head banging around. You know, and then Verbolten's awesome. I'm just trying to think, like, Josh, do we have the best top 2 of any park in the country? You know what? It's going to be close. Because there's a lot of parks with a good 1-2 punch. And, like, New England's 1-2 is obviously Superman, Wicked Cyclone. I mean, when you got X2, see, I didn't get to ride Twisted Colossus. It wasn't open the day I went. So I obviously got to go back to get that credit. I don't have it. But, Josh DeMero, former president of Walt Disney World, has been appointed as chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products. That's good for him. You know, you got to get the people with the experience in there. You just got to. You got to have people that are... Oh, my camera's falling off. I got to, like, Um, you gotta look at it from a different point of view of if that I don't know enough about this guy, if he's like been amazing, not amazing, but obviously the company sees something in him and promoted him. If you know the people that have been with the company and been in different many positions, those are the people that go far. That's like if I worked at a theme park, I think I could go further quicker than like a regular kid. I mean, I wouldn't want to start at the bottom and work from the top. I'd kind of like to go right to rides or something, but that may not be in the cards when I do it. You know what I mean? And so, who knows? You think we are a top 10 park once we get a solid number 3 ride? We need either that launch or a B&M Hyper, maybe that Raptor. I don't think the Raptor's going to do it. Maybe short term, but not long term. Again, I don't know because I've never ridden one. Yeah, Six Flags doesn't really deal with B&M that much anymore just because of the cost. Back when they didn't care and they were free spending money, like they were going out of style, they would just, you would get all different kinds of B&Ms all over the place. The problem is spending the money. As they kept growing their arsenal of parks, they have less and less money to spend. But yeah, back to the Disney thing. If you love the industry, and I know a lot of people, because it's like when I talk to people that work at parks, I'm like, how do you not want to ride 24/7? And I go, look, we love the job, they love the park, they love the industry, they love doing what they do, and that's why they work at the parks. Most kids, that are running the rides and the food stand, they don't give a rat's ass. The majority of them don't. They want the paycheck. I've said this. They want the paycheck. They want to go hook up with some dude or some girl, So there's only a select few that keep moving on. That's why when people I know, like, oh, I only worked at the park for a year, but now I'm a supervisor. I mean, I'm sure it's not that hard to become one, but now I'm a manager. Now I'm this. Now I'm that. It seems pretty easy in the industry to move up and move up and move up. But if somebody cares that much about it, well, here's the thing about, a lot of misconceptions about the rides. Obviously, you know why Disneyland was created in the first place. Not that they've totally kept up with that, but the intention when Walt wanted to open it up, it was because he was sitting on a bench, not riding with his kids, and he wanted a place where the kids and the parents could ride together. That's over and over. There's other things beyond that, but that's one of the big things that stuck out that you hear over and over and over and over and over. Like a broken record just stuck playing the same thing over and over. That's what you hear all the time. There's obviously other reasons why he wanted to do Disneyland, but they're the masters of the theme. I'm not saying that their rides are the greatest rides on the planet. They're obviously not. They have some awesome rides. Like when I go, I love riding Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Railroad, Space Mountain, and I enjoy Haunted Mansion. I even enjoy the Jungle Cruise. While it's cheesy, but it's stupid, it needs to be updated. But one, the theme matters, the story matters. That's why it's like Universal and Disney are the top tiered theme parks. They're masters. Disney's the master. Universal's catching on quick and coming up the rear. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people prefer Universal over Disney. I prefer Disney over Universal, but I still like going to Universal. I'm not saying that Universal's shit, but I'm just saying that, yeah, he definitely didn't want riffraff in his parks. If you can afford to go, and if you're riffraff, you're going to go anyway. The problem is people, especially in America, Americans are very entitled. They're rude. They feel that we owe them everything. You're owed something because you're an American. So it's like, why are you gonna, I don't know why people act that way. When you look at what other people do around the world, they're a lot more respectful. I'm not saying everybody's perfect. I agree with you, Jason. Alex, I would rather have a highly themed ride like Rise of the Resistance or Hagrid's motorboat coaster than a 300-foot coaster. But that's his opinion, and that's right. I'm hoping, and I don't know if this virus is kind of slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all that theming and craziness money wise, just because of how everybody's hurt money wise. It's gonna take a while. They're saying what, 2023, 2024 before we're like at pre-coronavirus levels of economy and people and money and stuff, and you know, so who knows? But I think at the end of the day, I would personally rather see more rides like Rise of the Resistance and Hagrid's. That's honest. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather have that than a 300. And don't get me wrong, I like 300 foot, 200 foot, whatever. I ride anything. I ride kiddie coasters. I don't care. But a lot of people are like, no, I want big, bad, and crazy, and all that. And it's just a better. I feel the experience. Either go. I mean, Disney definitely has the upper hand. And what I really hope Universal does is get some better merchandise to buy. Everybody knows I'm a sucker. You guys know that. Look at all the crap that I got laying around everywhere. As the camera keeps sliding off. You just look behind me. You know, I bought Harley Quinn. I buy signs. I buy all different kinds of crazy crap. Because I like to collect things, whether it's t-shirts or whatever. Every time I go to Universal souvenir place, I struggle to find something to buy. Every place, I struggle all the time. I had that problem in Disneyland. I'm not saying Disney is all perfect, but in Disneyland, I had trouble. So, I'm a sucker for merchandise if it's good. It's got to be good. Yeah, I do too. Like, I've said to the park, I'm like, why are you putting stuff that has nothing to... I mean, they finally... I haven't seen Spider-Man stuff in a while, but they had Spider-Man in the DC part, you know, gift shop area. I'm like, why? I'm like, that's not DC, that's Marvel. And then, like, you go in the thing and it's like, name brand surfer clothes or whatever it is. Why? Like, I don't know anybody that's a theme park fan or not that's going to buy that stuff. They have to see it, like, in their sales. Like, maybe they sell one shirt or one pair of shorts or something. They just have, like, weird, stupid stuff. I would not. They need to take a page out of, like, Knobel's playbook. Even Disney World with the shops. Like, a way better than most places. Like, they just... It's stupid. It's like... Yeah, but it's not. It's... People are... I've never once heard of a person buy that stuff that's not in the park. I've never even seen anybody walking around with it. That's why I'm like, why? Like, we need more stuff. Like, Six Flags Magic Mountain and Knott's Berry Farm gift shop sucked. Very disappointing. I bought a sweatshirt and I bought the Nano Coasters at Magic Mountain. I bought a Ghost Rider t-shirt at Knott's. At Disneyland, I bought some stuff. I struggled. I never thought in a million years I was going to struggle inside Disneyland. I mean, I got some cool stuff, but not everything I want to get. But you get what I'm saying. So, I think they need to change that. They need to step up their game with the shops. It's one thing if Disney or Universal own main properties prizes. It's another if you're selling it in this case. Yeah, like I said, it's weird. It's like you would think you would. I mean, I know everybody's different when they, you know, the different stuff that they like to buy. I know it's different across the board, whatever it is that you like to buy and collect. But for me, I'm just like, hey, this, and I'm pretty easy to please. You know, especially when I go to Disney, I buy shirts, hoodies, different little knick-knacky things, whatever. Same thing when I go to a Six Flags. I mean, when I moved to this house, I threw away a lot of shirts. I threw all of my A shirts away except 2 or 3. I threw away a whole bunch of like ratty old T-shirts. Some that I loved to death and didn't want it, but I mean, they had holes in them, and I was like, no. But I always have, I always buy like 2 or 3 different shirts, so that way I at least have one from that park. I try to do, or something. I try to get something from every park that I go to. I try. I'm not always successful. Because I'm like, oh, Knott's is the... Because usually Cedar Fair parks are pretty good with merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Usually they're pretty good. You know. I mean, usually Halloween Horror Nights I get some stuff. T-shirts or something. But this year when I went... last year when I went to Halloween Horror Nights, one shirt I wanted, they did not have in my fat size, but I found it at the airport. Which was weird, but I found it, so I was happy. I'm like, damn. It's just weird. It's like, well, especially Universal's case, the majority of stuff is Simpsons, Harry Potter, and some other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, Transformers and stuff. I don't care about Harry Potter. I would never buy anything with Harry Potter on it. Simpsons, I'm kind of like, when you look at it, when you walk into this and you just see the stuff, it's kind of like, I'm just kind of like, like there's that one shirt, well, not shirt, but one shop that's in, near the Blues Brothers there that has like some of the older attraction shirts or older properties that they used to have in the park, different, like Back to the Future. They've had Gremlin stuff in there, all different kinds of, Blues Brothers and, other different stuff that's no longer at the park. And that stuff, I like going to that. I forgot the name of the shop, but I go in there and I usually get something. But the main shop, unless, Hey. 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 Hey, what are you doing? Hey, go upstairs. Go. But... yeah, for me, I don't like Harry Potter as much. I don't know why. You would think that, with all the monsters and wizards and I just never got into it. So, but, no, Blues Brothers. They have that little Blues Brothers show over near the Mummy. From the movie, they reenact the singing and the sets and stuff like that. I'm not talking about. I know the difference between Blues Brothers and Blue Man Group, but they have that show, the Blues Brothers show. Then, but yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not a. I've never seen Blue Man Group. I mean, I know of them, seen some of the stuff they do, but I've never been to a show. Well, Lindsay, if they're smart, Donnie would do a cool shirt for Thunderhawks 100. If they were smart. All right, let me get rid of this so I know where the hell I am in news. All right, I talked about that and that. Let's get rid of that. So, Maury's Pier down in New Jersey. June 1st, all the hotels at the resort was going to open, but no park opening date yet. Alabama Splash Adventure plans to reopen the park on May 30th. And if you want to go to Great Wolf Lodge in Mass, the first date of booking is June 16th. I checked that out after looking at the Cape Cod. All right, let's talk Universal City Walk. So Thursday, and then Chris can be a good source of information since he's been there during this. But in any case, so Thursday they reopen. It was a little hairy about social distancing and stuff like that. Like, I'm hearing mixed reports across the board at City Walk. I'm hearing, at first people weren't social distancing, and then they weren't, and today people were social distancing and wearing masks. The other day, like that Thursday, I heard it was like it was crazy, but I also heard it was good. I guess it depends on who you talk to and how that individual person feels about what happened. I wasn't there. I saw some pictures. I saw some stuff that could be taken as not, because I've seen people take different camera angles and showed that if you do things one way, you can make the picture look one way than the other when they're really social distancing. But if you move the camera and move to a certain spot, you can make it look like it's crowded just by moving. So I mean, like, you gotta hold it with a grain of salt. But yeah, Harry Potter, I think, is a generation thing. It depends how old you were when Harry Potter came out. I don't even remember what year it came out. Yeah, the Mummy Coaster, it's a fun ride. But yeah, so I see mixed reports, like, of, especially at City Walk, of social distancing, no social distancing, masks, no masks. It's all over the place. The there, I wish I had a picture of it to show everybody. It's a stage show. It's an outdoor show. It's not in a building. It's just like a little, they do it every so often. So Chris was there yesterday. Social distancing was good in some areas, bad in others. Different groups were clustered together, taking photos by the. Yeah, everybody wants to take the photos by the globe. That's just, you know what I'm saying. So you got, I guess, it's one of those things. People are gonna go by the globe. I do it every time. I don't know why. There's no reason to. I think one picture in front of the globe, maybe, like, do one and maybe 10, 20 years later do another one. I don't know. But people are there like, hey, I'm at Universal with a mask on. Which is funny. Because we all know all the bloggers and YouTube people and whoever and their mama, everybody's been going is, hey, you get to go out. At the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to listen. They're not going to listen. People need to take their responsibility for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think what they're trying to do, this is my opinion, interpretation of things. I don't know what the rules are. Like I said, I don't work at Universal. I don't know nothing. I don't know what the procedures are. I don't know how you're supposed to enforce things. But I think people are afraid to kind of confront people, especially right now. Tempers across the board are flaring up like crazy. And the reason for that is everybody's been cooped up. They open something, people will flock into it like crazy. Over time, it's not going to be. Yeah, I was going to talk about that too. Oh, so 4 years from the first book to the first film. That's not bad. Usually things take a lot longer than that. Yeah, there are 6-foot markers on the ground by Islands of Adventure near the ticketed gates. And Jason also says, hopefully they're getting it together to open sometime soon. I think they do. Again, I think, like, sometime July, August is when these parks are going to open. I can't see them doing it anytime in June. Like a place like Knoebels could get things done, in a short period of time, because they were probably all ready to go. All the rides are ready to go at Universal and Disney, but here's the problem between the two properties. They are such a massive and employ so many people, they furloughed them. Now they got to try and get them, and then do they have enough people to come back? Do they got enough of anything? They may or may not. So they got to build that up, and it's... I don't know any, like, what I mean? I haven't been inside the parks. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if they got the stick, the social distancing sign, stickers, everything. I don't know what the parks look like on the inside. Are they up? Are they not up? Is everything that they say they're going to do already in place? Is it not in place? Is it on order? Is it coming in a month? Is it coming in a week? I don't know. The area in front of guest services by studios, all the concrete is ripped up. I wonder what they're doing over there. They're probably gonna resurface it, redo it, and get everything ready for social distancing. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, unless it was destroyed and they just want to make it look pretty. I don't know. But again, it's. I guess we're just gonna have to take it with a grain of salt, see what happens, and then when we can go, we go. Because let me tell you, when the park's open, if you can get a ticket to get in, you know, based on capacity and reservations and all that, if you know, those that want to go, if you're ready to rock, by all means, enjoy, because I will. Yeah, because it looks like they just started doing this, so they're probably just getting everything unraveled, doing it, getting it ready, and then we're gonna see what happens. Oh, I don't know who that is, so they're gonna have to wait. I'll look at it later. Oh, I know who that guy is. I know who that is. That's a JCPenney guy. Yeah, everything's trial and error. They don't know what the hell. This is all new to everybody. Nobody knows nothing. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know about you guys. I never lived through a pandemic and had to social distance and then worry about sick people. And, you know, we've never had to do that. You know? I think it's going to take a long time. Depending upon... It depends what they're doing, how they're doing it. I mean, they're going to have to stick to the queue lines. They're going to have to stick to the, you know, the ticket gate. They're going to have to stick to different areas. What they can do is make signs and just stick them all over the place. Plus, in between music, you're going to hear announcements all the time. Please social distance. Don't gather in groups. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to hear it. And it's going to happen. And you're going to look at it as it goes down. And it goes and it goes. From what I've seen, I'm very happy with everybody trying to do their best. It's a cluster. Fuck, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy because that's the problem. When you open it, one of the problems when you open little things and you don't open everything, you know, more and more open. You open one thing, everybody flocks to that one thing. Open the next, everybody flocks to the first and the second. You got to get more and more things open so it starts spreading people out. When you're going, okay, Disney opens such and such date. Boom. Everybody's going to go to Disney. Or Universal, whoever opens first. They're going to go boom, boom. Eventually, everything's just going to go. You know? Yeah, they are. You could probably do a queue line perfectly, you know, that size, probably 3 or 4 hours maybe. Could be less, but I would say up to, it could be longer. Could be like one queue line a day for the big ones. Even the Mummy. But I honestly don't think they're gonna have to queue up much of the queue. You know what I mean? Stick of the queues, because I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have people. What do you call it? Virtual queue lines. Also take that. I mean, there's gonna be people getting onto the ride, and you gotta. I don't know how they figure that. But I figure if they don't let anybody in the line, except for those, you know, when it's your turn to go, you might be able to go, you know, start at the, you know, at the station, go back extra, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think they're going to do the whole queue line. I don't think so. I mean, once the parks get the full capacity, if they're at full capacity, and that's not going to happen right away, but I think once you get to any park that's at full capacity, you're pretty much in the realm of not following the guidelines. That's why nobody's preparing to get to full capacity anytime soon. But I think with that, you're gonna see. I mean, you got no choice in that matter. Eventually, you're gonna have to do that. Because like I watched the governor today in Rhode Island, and I unleashed hell and fire on there. Because up until Friday it was 2 weeks phase 2. Now it's a month. I called her every name in the book. She went, my bad. Like, how do you go, my bad? Well, my bad. I'm not following your guidelines anymore. My bad. Yeah, that would suck as some of the queues are an attraction onto... Well, it is, but I mean, this is all short-term stuff. Whether it's, Rise of the Resistance or Hagrid's or God knows what park has an awesome queue. You can still take it in when you're walking through. I'm just saying that the queue line's not going to be full. You're going to have virtual queue that's going to tell you, hey, you come at this time, you come at that time, you do this, you do, I don't know what it's going to look like until we see it. Because once park's open, it's going to be all eyes on that park, and then the next one, and then it's going to be great to see what happens between different companies. I mean, look at all the parks out there, whether it's SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Disney, Universal, Six Flags, Cedar Fair parks. Like Kennywood Lake Compounds, Knoebels, and God knows whoever else. Not everybody's going to do exactly the same thing, roundabout, mostly the same, but they're going to know, they know their parks better than other people know their, you know what I mean? So they're going to know what they can and they can't do. If they can't do it, they're not going to do it. But again, going back to, like that whole, hey, it's on you. You're not getting, if you get sick, tough crap. In reality, that's the way it should be. Why is anybody responsible, unless it's gross negligence, but why, if you unfortunately got the virus at a park because you were near somebody, and everybody else, did their thing and some people didn't, and you're not going to personally sue the person because you don't know who it was that got it to you. So unfortunately, you take the risk. Either you go or you don't go. Going, you know the risk. Just go into your local grocery store. I mean, if you caught at the grocery store, you're going to sue the grocery. Of course you're not. Nobody's going to let you. Unless you can actually prove that something happened. I mean, if you think that a company should just hand over money because you don't want to work anymore and you're lazy and you're looking for a handout, do you think that's what let me see. So do you think this is going to go to do the new attractions for 2020, push them back to 21, or open them quietly? Well, this is what I think is going to happen with new attractions. They're not going to open them quietly. Like an Iron Gwazi or something like, you know what I mean? Like big attractions everybody's waiting for. You're not going to quietly just open them. You might at first, but you're going to, once you get people tested, see how it is with social distancing and all that, everybody's waiting for like Iron Gwazi, Pantheon, and then somebody saying, Jason has sent me, and I've been seeing it on Facebook even since then, that it may not open until next year. Yeah, Holiday World, June 14th. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a light finally. Instead of us going, oh my God, the world's crying. We're all bitching and complaining. And everybody's just like, no, we can't. Nothing's going to happen. And we're heading away from that. The only thing that's going to be left is when everything reopens, right? Everything. Casinos, zoos, museums, parks, all the businesses that are still left reopen. You're going to see the tides turn. It's just in human nature. If people are so worried about saving lives, the people that are the most direct to be affected are elderly, people that are sick, underlying conditions, I mean, you can throw the people that are scared. They'll be like, hey, into that category. So if you take all those people, uh, quarantine those people, make them stay home. You know what I mean? And I don't think you're going to hear a lot of argument. You'll still hear those people go, no, 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 no. Everybody should stay home until this is over. That's not going to fly. Businesses are already going against state orders. They're going, you know what? Screw you. I'm still opening, and I don't care. My livelihood. Everybody's like, look, I'm taking my own risk. And it keeps moving. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a dead person that's in here and is doing it. But the ghost keeps knocking it over. What a mean little ghost. Yeah, SeaWorld in Texas and Fiesta, Texas want to be allowed to open this. Hey, it would be great. Doubt it's going to happen. But, yeah, there's no, I don't know what's going to happen with the parks. I have no clue. Because, like I said, everything is so unknown. Everybody's kind of like, hey. You know, what's that? I just saw a funny picture in my thing. I had to respond. But yeah. I think, anyway, back to what Jason was saying about 2020 attractions. They can't keep it quiet. They have to open it. I mean, unless it's not ready to go, they save money, you know, whatever. I think what they'll do, that's going to be the part of the draw to get people back into the parks. They're going to need something. They're not going to be like, hey, we're open. That may not, well, that's not going to be enough. Two, people are going to need to see the different social distancing, the procedures, the stuff going on. People are going to want to see that, do that, etc. You know what I mean? So who the hell knows? I'm looking at this other. I'm looking at more in Massachusetts, like different things of when things can open. Uh, that just popped up when I looked at a message. Like beaches, golf, political play golf, parks. That's parks, not theme parks. Outdoor adventure activities, including ski areas, summer activities, zip lines, and mountain biking. Phase 1, May 25th. Please refer to the detailed guidance for reopening. Outdoor gardens, zoos, reserves, and public installations. Phase 1, May 25th. Please refer to Other outdoor recreation such as mini golf, go-karts, batting cages. Phase 2. Outdoor performances. Some activities in Phase 2. Summer camps. Phase 2. Phase 3. Youth sports. Phase 2. Other indoor recreation such as indoor batting cages, indoor go-karts. Phase 3. Sightseeing, bus tours, duck tours, harbor cruises, whale watching. Phase 3. Tours. Phase 3. Historical sites to be determined, not Phase 1. Cruise ships, not available. So that's for your... Oh, and it says right here. Amusement parks, to be determined, either Phase 3 or 4. It says it right here. So whenever they have... So either Phase 3 or 4. So they don't know. I don't know when Phase 4 starts. Large venues such as arenas, stadiums, nightclubs, and other sports venues. Phase 4. In process of determining what qualifies as a large venue. Flight schools, to be determined. Not Phase 1. Comprehensive plan is being developed. That'd be funny. You also heard a rumor that vertical velocity at Great America could move to New England, and a Goliath may be removed and put at Six Flags America. Well, if that's the case, then that's where vertical velocity is going to go. I mean, it'd be cool. I'm looking at your thing here. Goliath. Six Flags Great America. No. That ride can't go there. That ride cannot go to the Great Escape. It's too tall, unless they move, I mean, unless they put it like over by Screaming Demon, where it's down more. Because they have a max height of what, 130 something feet. Yeah, I don't see that, but I could be wrong. But right now I can't see them doing that. I really can't. I know it's a rumor going around that somebody started. I just can't see that happening. Yes, you got to go down by you'd have to probably get rid of Screaming Demon, then maybe put that. Maybe it could go there. I don't know. Because how tall is what is this? Adirondack Outlaw, Six Flags Great Escape. I don't know. Okay, it should say in this article how tall the ride, how tall. Let me see. New York. I saw something on pause. Let's see. It doesn't say how tall it is. A 165-foot ride. If they could fit it down in the same area as that, then yeah, it'll be good. If not, it's not gonna fly. So it could. Oh yeah, you can't see it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those nano coasters. You can't see them because of the lighting, but they're on a shelf over there. I got Wicked Cyclone, I got Superman, I got Tatsu, I got West Coast Races, I got Full Throttle, West Coast Races, Tatsu, Superman, Wicked Cyclone, X2, Full Throttle. Oh, and I got what's that, Goliath? Okay. Oh, out. All right, so yeah. They don't need 2 RMCs, but that's like we don't need 2 boomerangs in around here. I think that's null and void, that kind of thing. I just don't see him picking that particular coaster up in pieces, and they could, but I just don't see him taking it apart, moving. That's a pain in the butt. That's a lot to take apart. Well, I mean, we could see that happen, with the Goliath rumor. And, I mean, I know the park wants to get rid of the ride. I know that for a fact. Maintenance told me to my face. They're like, they hate the ride. They want it gone. Corporate won't let them for whatever stupid reason. And, but I mean, because you got to face it right now with everything going on, they're going to have to do a ride rotation program. They're not going to have a choice. I mean, they have a choice, but I think in the short term, if the coaster is worthy enough to move around, and they think they could do something with it, then by all means, do it. Yeah, I mean, I think Six Flags may potentially... I mean, it would be key to open around 4th of July. It would. You know, it could. I mean, I rode Vertical Velocity in it. It was fun. I like it. They're not my favorite rides. I'm not really into that impulse coaster thing, but I do ride them. It will probably be a little popular. People will be like, oh, I came from Six Flags, Great America, you know. Who knows? There's so many unknowns of what they could do, but I mean, for the short term, doing the ride rotation program again would be great. Having said that, we'll see what happens. Now, the other tidbit, what else do I got for news here? I know I got some other... All right, so we talked a little bit. Let me ask Chris this, because Chris is there. What you saw at City Walk, does it give you any hope? I mean, yeah, there's always going to be people that aren't going to follow. We know that people are just going to do their thing. But does it give you any hope? Because I know you're one of the... I know you and Jason especially are like, hey, I'm kind of hanging back. I'm going to wait it out. I don't need to rush to the parks right now. I'm just going to chill. So I know you two are like... Out of the people that, you know, that chime into the show, you two seem to be the most vocal of, keep it shut down. I don't want to hear it. And that's fine. I'm not knocking you guys at all. That's what you believe. Because I would never tell you guys how to live, and I would hope that you guys wouldn't tell me how to live. That's like I said, if you're worried, whatever, stay home. If you want to like go, oh my God, these people are crazy, look what they're doing, that's on us. At the end of the day, if I go to the park and I decide that, hey, I'm not going to social distance and I'm going to pop my mask off and do, that's on me. To be wild, getting wild and being stupid. If I get sick and die or sick and I'm in the hospital, that's on me. That's not anybody's fault but my own. Because I knew the risk. I was willing to take that risk. You guys are not willing to take that risk. For the most part. So you're like, you know what? I'm going to stay away and let all you idiots get sick and whatever and see what happens. Play it by ear. And that's a good approach, too. You just have to deal with less people, you know. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like I always say to you guys, there is no wrong. There is no right. All this is just personal choice. It's your choice whether you want to go to Target or Walmart or Home Depot or wherever they claim the virus doesn't go. Well, you can still shop today. You know? Well, my whole thing is, we all know that there's... I don't know what the capacity is going to be at, you know, like what the numbers actually are. They're not going to tell you that. They won't even tell you how many people went to Shanghai. They'll just tell you that they could be at 24,000 and they weren't. They were way less. I don't know how less. But they were like, oh, we're going to keep seeing how this goes. And then we'll add... I saw an article, Disney said they'll add 5,000 a week of attendance. After, I don't know after how many weeks, or after the first week, or the second week. I don't know. But they were like, oh, we're going to do this. You know? And at the end of the day, don't... Chris, hear this out. I'm not trying to be fearmonger. I'm not trying to tell you how to do anything. We all, I think, for the most part, unless you live under a rock, know that for the most part, masks do nothing. They're not... They help, but they don't. All the studies the scientists are doing with the masks, I don't think you guys should be... And I hope... Huh. Oh, so that's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna continue with you. I'm reading the comments. That's why I kind of like shut up for a second. And then I'm just reading some of these comments because you guys are making some good comments here. So Chris is saying, I'm more concerned about the safety of the fellow team members when we start enforcing the rules more. Yes, and then the little down, guests are going to get irritated between the mask, the heat, the enforcement, between, that at some point someone is going to snap. That's inevitable, and I think that's why the approach for these places, like, they're making sure that you're doing your thing, and they don't really probably want to step. People were getting killed for telling people to put the mask on. But at the same time, and I'm going to say this 1,000 more times, wearing a mask, unless you got one of them N95 masks or, medical stuff, it's going to do anything other than that does absolutely zero. Because a sneeze can get out through the side, depending upon the mask. The particles are going to get out. Less will get out when it's on your face, yes. But at the same time, it's a false it's a false sense of security, just like the comfort collars. Same thing. It gives you the illusion of safety, but it doesn't really do much. The comfort collar's not going to save you, and the mask's not going to. You're still going to get germs. All the stuff you touch, you would literally have to walk around with water pouring on you like a rain cloud and washing your hands like this the whole time you were doing something. Wash, and that's bad for you. All of that stuff that they're telling you to do is bad. Staying indoors kills your immune system. Masks. Like I told you last week, I almost passed out in a Walmart because of the mask. You can get carbon monoxide poison breathing in a mask all day. So hopefully, Chris, when you go back to working at Universal, that they give you more breaks than usual. You know what I'm saying? So, well, no, I agree. The rules are the rules. That's why, a lot of people are not going to want to deal with it. And people are going to realize this after going. They're going to go, oh, what the hell? This sucks. Plus, I can't wait to see the sunburns, and I'm sure I'm going to be one with the mask lines on it. It's going to look so stupid this summer. Yeah, it's to keep an image that we care. And I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying, people smoking in a non-designated area, they shouldn't do that. You need to go to the... Look, Disney's made it real tough. You have to go outside the gate, go through all the crap, and then you can come back in when you're done. Okay, whatever. When I go to Six Flags, or I go to Universal, or I go to Cedar, I've said this before, I go to the smoking areas. I know I'm different than a lot of people just don't care. And I think if they did more enforcement on it, then people would care. But if that's the case, that's the lack of the person enforcing that sees it, or two, the park not properly training. I don't know the procedures. I don't know how the people are. I don't know. I'm not knocking people. I don't know because I'm not there. I don't know what's going on. I think they're going to have to give more frequent breaks, especially in the heat, wearing a mask. No, and if they really did care, they would be like, oh, okay, every 20 minutes, you're going to go get a 10-minute break. Go breathe, go hang out, go whatever, get a drink, get a snack, something. I mean, that's what I would do. So who the hell knows? But I feel, there'll be a lot of heat stroke. There's gonna be a lot of crazy stuff, and people don't realize getting into that. But I do know, Jason says, it's a risk I'm not willing to take. I can wait. Besides, walking around in 90-degree humidity at the park with a mask won't feel pleasant, but I'll enjoy watching you guys have fun. Yeah, that's okay too. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I would never, come down on you or Chris, be like, oh, you're an idiot because you can't do this or that. You know what I mean? You don't want to do this, so I think you're an idiot. I would never do that. I mean, overall. And plus, I know you guys aren't like that towards me. Yes, you voice your concerns, and that's fine about things going on, and you wait. You're not going to take the risk. But there are people out there that don't want you to take the risk and will rain fire and hell. Oh, the ghost is at it again, and come down on you for that. Yep, the ghost camera. You know what I mean? There's so many. Well, see, that camera's being held up with double-sided, like, foam tape or whatever. It holds on good, and then it eventually stops because the camera's obviously heavier than the foam. I have to wrap the whole thing around. I got to figure that out. I can probably get a little stand. Actually, let me see something. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Hi, guys. Is that better? The camera's not falling. I could just talk to you like this. Like you're a crazy little sexy thing. Ooh, camera. Ooh, I'm looking at you. Can you see my eyeball? There you go. Yeah, I mean, when the park's open, I am going to be one of those that comply with the rules. If I need to take the mask off, I'll go someplace where I can do that, to go catch a breath or whatever. It's simple as that. I'm not going to like take it off in the midway and go, oh, I'm cool, and you're not, you know. Plus, I can't pull that off in a lot of parks. That the park workers know who I am. That looks bad upon me, not following park rules when I'm preaching following park rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. You want to see a booger? You want to see a booger? You want to see a booger? Yeah. No, I can go get it. I'm just... Money's not the issue. Well, it's not really an issue. It's just... I'm cheap. I mean, if you were ever in this, if you ever in my house and you've seen the crazy amount of cameras I got, you know, a mirrorless camera and a DSLR. I got drones. I got GoPros. I got camcorders. I got webcams. I got, you know, whatever it is. It's just you know, I'm not that smart. I just figured that this was the best course of action. I just need to... I'm going to do a little research. I think I know how I can fix this. I just need to get... Because I did it... No, you know what? I know what to do because I did it in the Haunapalooza room. I have webcams screwed into the wall. So... And it's fine. So I just got to do that. If I just go buy that fixture, I got to screw into the wall to put that on. I'll never have that problem again. That's what I got to do. That's what I'm going to do after the show. I'm going to order more of those things. And then life will be good. Well, because I got two cameras over here now. You can't see this other well, if I go over here. Oh yeah, I still got that thing. Yes, remove it. I got another camera over here. Because I was working on doing something, so... You know, practice makes perfect. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy things I gotta do. What was the other things I was gonna talk about? Oh yeah, Disney Springs I got. So, Disney Springs has put a lot of information up that's opening in 2 days. 2 days. So that's Wednesday. You're going to start seeing all this Disney Springs things. If you go to their website, it tells you all about things for COVID-19. So it says, as we begin to reopen Disney Springs with a number of shopping and dining locations beginning May 20th, we are looking ahead to May 27th when we will be able to reopen more of our Disney-owned shops and restaurants, including World of Disney, Deluxe Burger, which is delicious, mobile ordering, and the Market Co-op. And with our next milestone, we're eager to welcome back our guests. Some cast members and third-party operation participants with safety and well-being of all that at the forefront of all the planning efforts. You know, talking about following guidelines from the CDC. It says, for cast members, operating participant, employees, and guests, there are 6 key things to know before you arrive at Disney Springs. Limited parking, reduced entrances, temperature screenings prior to entry. That's just like City Walk. Face coverings required for guests ages 3 and up. Physical distance practices, including physically distanced queues and physical barriers. Temporary operation modifications, including reduced hours at select locations and no scheduled entertainment offerings or high-touch interactive areas. An increased focus on disinfecting sanitation, including the addition of hand-washing stations and hand sanitizer in key areas. Now, here's the thing that somebody had said earlier. I think that was Chris. But it says, we have taken enhanced health and safety measures for you, our other guests, and cast members. You must follow all posted instructions while visiting Disney Springs. An inherent risk of exposure to COVID-19 exists in any public place where people are present. COVID-19 is an extreme contagious disease that can lead to severe illness and death. According to the CDC, senior citizens and guests with underlying medical conditions are especially vulnerable. By visiting Disney Springs, you voluntarily assume all risks related to the exposure of COVID-19. Help keep each other healthy. Yeah, so help keep each other happy. So they got guest parking and entrances. During this initial phase, guests will be directed to self-park in the orange and lime garages. All surface parking lots will be closed. At opening, we will also reduce guest entryways to 4 locations. Orange and lime garages, along with the Hotel Plaza Boulevard pedestrian bridge and the ride share location. Guest access to Disney Springs from the Grapefruit Garage will be restricted. There's going to be temperature screenings. All guests are required to undergo temperature screenings upon arrival at Disney Springs. During this initial period, guests will undergo temperature screenings in these locations: the second floor exits of orange and lime parking garages and the marketplace entrance to serve guests from the Hotel Plaza Boulevard pedestrian bridge and the ride share drop-off lot. Based on guidance from health authorities, anyone displaying a temperature of 100.4 or above will be directed to an additional location for rescreening and assistance. Those with those temperatures above that will not be allowed entry. Those in their party will not be allowed entry either. So if one person in your group has that, you all gotta go hit the road, Jack. Employee screenings, cast members, and operating participant employees will be required to complete a health screening temperature check at home prior to coming to work. Limited contact. So you got the face coverings, physical barriers, cashless transactions. Then you got physical distancing capacity measures. There's going to be signage, directional signage has been installed to assist guests responsibly move throughout the property. Additionally, ground markings will help promote proper physical distancing when queuing is needed at a location. They're doing training to the cast members to engage with guests and promote physical distancing guidelines in common areas and queues. There's cleanliness and sanitation. So they've increased that to the high traffic areas such as public elevators, escalators, handrails, benches, tables, handles, restrooms, and more. Additionally, Disney Springs will open with hand sanitizer and hand washing locations. Guests are highly encouraged to use these while visiting. They have more cast training about stuff. Operating participant employees will continue to provide new training and reinforcement as they navigate through the reopening phases. So that's what you need to know. I don't know what's going to open. Let's see. I don't know. I'm just checking to see what they're going to show. It doesn't say what's going to be open. Yeah, I'm looking. It doesn't say what's going to be open, what's not going to be open. I'm sure there's a list somewhere. Know before you go. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's see. Okay. Hey, what's up, Checkin'? What's up, Aaron Productions? We've been just talking about City Walk and Disney Springs and potential when we think Six Flags New England's going to open. We've just been kind of bouncing everywhere. Which is nice. I feel like one of them gummy, Disney gummy bear cartoon. I feel like that. Yeah, the second one's better. Once I'm done with this, I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna open some stuff. Check. Order some stuff to help make it better. Because if I could do that, that would make life so much better. Maybe I'll move to this other camera here, the second one. Well, you know why? The one that I'm using now is a 720 camera. The other one's a 1080. That may be a problem. Obviously, quality is different. Let's see. Yep. Alex, will SFNE get an Axis coaster? Who knows? It's really the telltale sign of if what do you call it? They got room for it. Where would they put it? I mean, there's places to put it. I'm just saying, we don't know yet. So, it's just like, again, hey Charles, what's up? It's just a matter of when they put one in. Do people like it? Does it work? Is it a pain in the ass? Does it cost too much money to maintain? We don't know because one isn't built. I don't even know if any of them have been sold yet. To a park. I don't know if anybody has. And I'm sure with IAPA coming up, you'll probably, because you'll probably see more of something, at IAPA. But I doubt IAPA could happen. I don't know if IAPA's happening. I'm going, but I don't know if it's happening because here's the problem with IAPA. IAPA is not till November. Are we gonna have the so-called scary second wave, which if it's a second wave, it just meant that the virus never left. It just had an uptick. It's not really people will be like, oh, the virus left and then it came back. No, it didn't leave. But it could be more potentially dangerous, but I don't think that's going to happen. But again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. So don't hold that to me with, don't hold me to that. Because again, I don't know. I'm playing the I don't know card because I really don't know. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Pantheon, whatever, might not open. But I honestly think that if the circuit is complete for Pantheon and they do open this year, I don't see why they wouldn't open it. It all depends on if they were able to finish the construction. If they were able to test it, nobody knows. Nobody's seen nothing. Nobody's heard nothing. Nobody knows nothing, which is nice. Nobody knows if it's going to open, which is a nice thing. Number two, I don't know if they paid for the shuttle launch coaster yet. They may have. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know if they did or not. They may have. They might not have. I don't know what their process is when it comes to, okay, we're building the 2020. Did they pay, put the down payment? Did they pay? I don't know how that works for them in terms of, is it going to come or not? Or are they going to go, you know what? We want to build it, but let's wait till 2022. See what happens with this. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just like everything's starting to, because we're at the, we're already past the worst of everything at the moment. So now there's light at the end of the tunnel instead of being so far. I mean, think about it. This has been going on in 2 days. If I remember correctly, it'd be 2 months I was home. Yeah, so 2 days. It would be 2 months. I mean, I've been going to work. Getting things done. I had to fill out these papers that I have to have displayed all over the office. And then I think this week, the Gross Show, for the most part, is probably not going to happen at 1 o'clock all week. They may be no shows or night shows this week. Because now I gotta... It's so weird. I have to go into the office. I gotta go measure out where the desks are. How far apart. I gotta put tape down. I gotta make another desk area because of... the other employee, because we got 3 desks near each other, but they're pretty much 6 feet apart. But there is no we don't have customers come in like a Target or a Walmart. We're a lighting control company. We don't have a shelf and the cash register and a. Plus, most people can't afford what we have. These are for businesses. I don't know. You know what? I think that they probably should go with the Giga launch shuttle. And hear me out on this. It's different. I haven't seen one of them around. I say let them do it. It might not be what you want, but I mean, I'm over the Giga thing. That like the Gigas are just one trick. They're not crazy like thrilling. Yeah, they're tall. You get a great first drop, barely any airtime. And then you're like, I think they should just go with the launch Giga plans, see what it is. But again, I would rather Busch Gardens not spend the money on a shuttle launch Giga and put in something more storytelling, more immersive than what they got going on. Yeah, it's nice, throw it up, spend some big money, get a big return. Maybe. It might not. I don't know. I just think that what they need to do, in my opinion, I don't know about you guys' opinion, but the ghost keeps messing with the camera. And then number 2, I just think that they need to do the money that they could spend. What you must be a Fury 325 fan, and you don't want that record broken. Is that what you don't want to happen? Like, does it really matter that this is taller than Fury? You're either gonna like Fury or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're gonna find out if Pantheon's gonna be better than i305. Probably more sooner than later, but again, because if you're a Fury lover, that shouldn't make you go, nah, get rid of that because it's gonna beat Fury. You're either gonna love it or you're not. It's okay to love something other than Fury. Just one, it's okay to like multiple things. You don't have to have a number one. Just thought I should put that out. You don't need one. I figured I'd put that out for you because you don't really need one. That's just me. But you don't need to have a top 10. You don't have to have a number one. Oh, i305. Well, there you go. I like i305. I don't like the restraints, but I like i305. And I wish they had, like, lap bar restraints. Would be awesome. Not head-banging restraints. Or neck chopping. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Who knows? I'm reading. The ghost. All right. Well, that's all I had for today. I don't know if anybody else has anything. But, oops, we don't want that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Do I have anything else? No, I do not. That is awesome. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what time. I don't know what time yet. I'll announce that tomorrow. It might be 1 o'clock. It might be 5 o'clock. Could be 2 o'clock. I don't know. What is this? Do you feel i305 was the right coaster for Katie? Yeah, I do. You know what? I do feel that i305 was good for Katie. Maybe, I mean, it doesn't look like it because not a lot of people ride it. But come on, that is a good coaster. It's just Katie got it. It's a shame to lose Volcano. You get, you're going to get that 40 free spin, which that I don't think is right for King's Dominion. It might be. Maybe the people love it. It's so weird when you try to see what works and what doesn't work, and what things you think are going to work are not going to work. I've never grayed out on I-305. Never. What the hell is Quiplash? What's Quiplash? I'll have to play it. You know what? Well, let's... Not today. Tomorrow at some point, Lindsay, let's you and I play this thing and figure it out, and then maybe we can bring it onto screen one day and play it. Maybe if we do this, we could get it done for Wednesday maybe. But let's do that tomorrow. For show. I have no idea what it is, but well, I'll definitely check it out in a little bit. Because I'm going to go chill out for a few. But like I said, I'll definitely be back tomorrow. I don't know what time. Just keep paying attention to Twitter and Facebook, and then when it comes up. Well, I think just me and you just try to, just so I can see what it is. And then if we can get more people on board to play it, we can get more people on to play it and stream it. But I would rather play, like just to goof around just to figure it out, because I have no clue. Oh yeah, we gotta work on. I'm gonna work on that. I gotta figure it out. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to do it because I want to try and do it as best as I can. But I definitely want to do that. I think it'll be beneficial for everybody to play Jeopardy and hang out and. But I definitely want to do that though. And would a spinning coaster by Mac Rides be good for Williamsburg, like Cobra's Curse? Or yeah, it would. Those two coasters seem to be a hit with the two respective parks. It seems to be that way. But I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't know what time. Just follow Twitter, Facebook. You'll see it on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, do that. Let's try to get to 1,000 so I can generate a tiny bit of income to what do you call it? To get a new camera or a fixture for the camera. So we need to get to 1,000 to get that to happen. I need to make $20. I don't know. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, everybody keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.